When moving to a new state, it's really important that you pay attention to the crime data and the stats in the area. So in today's video, we're gonna go over the top 5 safest cities to live in Florida. Hey, what's going on? My name is Blasko, and if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the content that I'm putting out. I am also a licensed real estate agent, and I love chatting about real estate. If you wanna get in touch with me, you can call me with the phone number right here on the screen, or you could shoot me an email in the description below. If you wanna book a call directly on my calendar, there's a link for that as well. So as I said, we're gonna go over the top 5 safest cities to live here in Florida, and we're gonna go and show 2 important data points. One being violent crimes being murder, rape, robbery, and assault. And we're also gonna go over property crimes. Property crimes are burglary, theft, and motor vehicle theft, for examples. Not only that, we're gonna touch on a few key points of the safest cities here so you can get a better idea of what those cities are like. The first safest city to move to in Florida is gonna be Satellite Beach. Now, Satellite Beach has a population of 11,000 people, and with that big population, there were only 6 violent crimes last year. If we look at property crimes, it's sitting at about 56 property crimes in total for the entire year. Now, this is very low compared to the rest of the state and the rest of the country because it really is a very low crime rate, and to only have 6 violent crimes throughout the entire year is pretty good. If we look at the total crime index here, we're sitting at about 75 out of 100, and that's being 100 the safest city you could possibly live in. This shows the 6 violent crimes, the 52 property crimes, and the 58 crimes in total. If you look below that, you can see the crime rate per 1,000 residents, violent being 0.53, property crimes being 4.61, and then the total 5.15 crimes per 1,000 residents. Now, if you're looking in Florida, you could definitely tell by now Satellite Beach is a very safe place to live. There are also beautiful beaches and ocean views like most of Florida, and that's where a lot of people like to gravitate towards Satellite Beach because it's a really small beach town that is extremely safe. So if you're looking to move there with your family, or you're looking to move there just to retire, it's definitely a great place to be. Now let's move on to our next safest city, which is going to be Marco Island. Marco Island has a population of around 18,000 people. It is also a very wealthy place to be because the average home price is a little over $1 million. Now, out of those 18,000 people, there were only 16 violent crimes in 2023. And out of the property crimes, there were only 100. If we look here at the total crime index for Marco Island, you can see that there's only 16 violent crimes, 100 property crimes, as I stated before, but then per 1,000 residents, the crime rate for violent is 1 crime per 1,000 residents, and the crime rate for property crimes is 6.26 per 1,000 residents, with a total crime index being 63 out of 100. Like I said before, Marco Island is a pretty wealthy area and is definitely a very safe place to be. It's also a very unique city. It has over 100 miles of waterways. So if you're looking to move here and you want to buy a home on the beach or a condo on the beach with water access, you're more than likely going to be able to get it pretty easily because there's a ton of coastal waterways. All right, now moving on to our third is going to be Weston, Florida. Weston, Florida has a population of 67,000 people. We're looking at about 37 violent crimes and about 294 property crimes. Moving over to our crime index, you can see that the total crime index for Weston is 77 out of 100, and that's 77% safer than the rest of the United States neighborhoods, which is huge. We can look at the crime rate per 1,000 residents, and that's 0.55 per 1,000 for violent crimes, 4.37 per 1,000 for property crimes, and then 4.92 per 1,000 for total amount of crimes in 2023. Weston is known for its golf courses and beautiful Everglades that you can go and explore at your leisure. It's a very beautiful city, and if you haven't been there, it's definitely somewhere to go check out or to go travel to on vacation. Weston is very popular with people who are looking to retire in Florida because it's a very beautiful, quiet, nice, quaint kind of vibe, and it is not so big of a city, but it's still big enough to where you're not feeling like you're in a really small town. A funny fact about Weston is that the most dangerous thing there are alligators because there really aren't very many crimes at all. And moving on to number 4 is going to be North Palm Beach. North Palm Beach has a population of 13,000 people and it only has 12 violent crimes. Our property crimes sit at about 85 and we have an average home price of about $610,000, so it's a little on the higher end. Moving over to our total crime index, North Palm Beach sits 63 out of 100. 100, with our crime rate per 1,000 being 0.92 for violent, 6.49 for property, and 7.4 for total overall crimes. There were only 97 crimes in total over the course of 2023, even with a population of 13,000. North Palm Beach is known for its world-class fishing and boating, so if you are an avid fisherman or boater, this is definitely going to be a place you're going to want to do some more research on. And for our number 5, we are going to be at Naples, Florida. Naples, Florida has a population of 23,000 people. With those 23,000 people, we only have 23 violent crimes. Now for property crimes, we have 269, and our average home price in Naples is $700,000. So just like the previous cities, it is a little bit more high end. Now for our total crime index, we're sitting at a 32 out of 100, and I have to look a little bit more as to why it's so low, because we really do have a low number of violent crimes and property crimes. So for violent crimes, we're at 23, property 269, in total 292, with the crime rate per 1,000, 1.19 for violent, 13.89 for property, and 15.07 total. Let's dive a little bit deeper so we can see why the score is so low, because overall Naples really is a safe place to live. So if we pop up this chart right here of violent crimes, you can see that Naples is 1.19 per 1,000 and Florida is 3.92, with the national average being 4. So we are 3 times safer than the national average. Now, if you look at this chart of property crimes, per 1,000 residents, Naples is 13.89, with Florida being 17.46, and a national average of 19 per 1,000. So this is most likely why this crime index on Neighborhood Scout is showing such a low score, because the property crimes are a little high. And the score is also being dragged down by the crimes per square mile. Naples has 19 crimes per square mile, and the national average is 26.8, with Florida overall being at 45, which is pretty high. Naples has tons of things to do, like fishing and boating as well, so if you like all of those activities and you're really an outdoorsy style person, then you're really gonna love being in Naples. Naples also has an excellent healthcare infrastructure, so if you're a little bit older, they have a lot of options available for senior citizens. This makes Naples one of the #1 spots to retire in Florida, because it is very safe and there's tons of access to healthcare for seniors. And that was our last one, so if you got any value from this video, please hit like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the content that I'm putting out for you. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please drop a comment below and I would love to get started on making a video for you. If you want to see a playlist of everything that Florida has to offer, hit this button right here, and if you want to go to my previous video, you can hit this button right here. Thanks for watching.